All right. Thanks everybody for joining us tonight. And I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here so you can see our presentation. All right. So I am Lindsay Schwartz, and I am an area manager and independent consultant with Arbonne. And my fellow Arbonne consultant and good friend Molly Payzant and I are share with you a little bit today about Arbonne and what this whole Arbonne thing is and a little bit about us. So thanks for taking some time out of your day to take a listen. So I was introduced to Arbonne about 5 years ago by a good friend. I'm going to mute everybody real quick. And bear with me 1 second.
No.
Okay. So I was introduced to Arbonne, here we go, 5 years ago by a good friend of mine who was starting the business herself. And for about a year, she would call and tell me all about how much success she was having and how great she thought I would be at this business. And for about a year, I just ignored her and talked about other things because I had a lot of ideas about what this kind of thing was and who did this kind of thing. And I was very certain that I wasn't one of those people. And so after about a year, I finally heard her out. And when I did, and she told me that she was able to pay her mortgage in Hawaii while working this business in the nooks and crannies around her full-time job and being a married woman with 2 children, I perked my ears up and realized that maybe this was something that might be a good fit for me. I am a high school teacher in Chicago, and it took me a kind of a long time to figure out what my career path would be, and I really enjoy teaching. And so I realized that for me, I love my job, but my job doesn't afford me the ability to do all the things that I love. And so about 4 years ago, I said, what do I have to lose? What if this thing works? And I jumped in. And I'm going to pass it off to Molly now and leave you on the edge of your seats to learn more a little later. And one of the coolest things about this business and most unexpected perks are the really awesome friendships and people you meet. And I swear Molly and I were separated at birth or something. So I'm going to pass it off to her and let her take over and tell you a little bit about her.
I don't know if I'd go that far, Lindsay, but okay. I started my business a few years ago. I was actually looking for a skincare line to use. I wanted something that was cruelty-free. I'm a huge animal lover, so that was very important to me. I also wanted something that was a green company, natural, and nothing I had tried had checked all those boxes. And then I was at a friend's house, and she had an Arbonne catalog. And I was paging through it, and I thought, oh my gosh, this looks perfect. What is this? And she said, oh, it's Arbonne. That's what I use. I'll have a party and invite you. And I thought, oh no, it's one of those things. Well, I'll come to your stupid party, but I'm not buying anything. Well, famous last words. I went to her party. I tried the RE9 set, and I fell completely in love with it right away. And I really liked Andy, who's now my national vice president. So I booked a party, and Andy and I had a lunch, and she said I should take a look at doing this business. I should sell. And I said, you are high. I'm not a salesperson. I work at an insurance company full-time, and at the time I was in an agent servicing role, and they had decided to shift our department to more of a sales focus. So we all had to take a sales exam, which I promptly failed, and they moved me over to customer service. So I'm officially not a salesperson. It's on paper somewhere. But the way Andy explained it, it's just like recommending anything else you like, whether it's a restaurant or a movie or anything else you're excited about, and insurance was not one of those. So I told her if I could make maybe about $200 a month, I would try it. And she said, I think we can do that. And now I realize that she probably makes $200 while she's peeing. Anyway, so I signed up. I promoted to district manager within the first few months, but I still didn't really see the vision of what the big picture was or what this business could do for me until I went to my first global training conference in Las Vegas. And that's when I really started to realize the culture of this company. That's one of the huge things that is a benefit that nobody can really explain to you until you get in. We were in Vegas, and that year there was about 8,000 of us, I believe, and everyone was nice. And I thought, when are they going to bust out the Kool-Aid? This cannot be real. But everybody, it was genuine. We were at a leadership training conference a few weeks ago, and I heard somebody say, if you're in Arbonne, you're either nice, you get nice, or you get out. And it couldn't be more true. So that's just one part of what I love. We're actually 36-year-old company now, botanically based, cutting edge research and development. It's a global opportunity. We're going to go into some of this as we go on. We have a generous compensation plan and an opportunity for a willable business. This is huge. I've been with Allstate for 19 years, and they are never going to pay my family any money if something happens to me. And our home office team is amazing. Dr. Matravers, our mad scientist, took Aveda from a $25 million company to a $700 million company. He has more botanical patents than any other chemist in the world. Our CEO, Kay Napier, she is amazing as well. She totally turned McDonald's around after the Super Size Me debacle after 14 months. She really understands timing and trends, which is what's driving part of our huge growth right now. So if you want to go to the next slide, Lindsay, please. The other, obviously, none of us would be here without our founder, Peter Mork. And he was such a visionary. He was thinking about pure, safe, and beneficial products back in 1980 when I was flying around the back of my mom's wood-paneled station wagon and she was smoking with the windows up. So he was way ahead of his time. So our formulas are all based on plants, plant-based formulations, blending the best of science and nature. So it's not 100% natural. It's a little bit of everything. We have ingredients from around the globe. Everything's pH correct, hypoallergenic, vegan certified. For me, this is huge because I'm a huge animal lover. If that's not necessarily a concern of yours, I will just let you Google rendering plant and decide for yourself that you definitely want to be vegan in your bathroom. Everything's dermatologist tested, clinically proven, have never been tested on animals, and many of our products are kosher certified. Our products are formulated without gluten, petroleum, mineral oil, animal products or byproducts, any formaldehyde, no chemicals, dyes, or fragrances, no artificial flavors, sweeteners, or colors, or parabens or phthalates. We have a huge range of products, everything from skincare to deodorant and toothpaste, hair care, nutrition, makeup, sun care, everything in between. And I'm going to touch on just some of the major product lines that we focus on. So first and newest thing is our Genius Ultra. This thing is amazing. I just got mine about a week and a half ago. And apparently in Europe, whenever you buy skincare, it's actually sold with a device. So we're just getting on the bandwagon with this. And this little magic wand is 3 years in the making. We worked with the top designer of these kind of skincare devices, and it actually delivers 300,000 ultrasound waves per second to your skin. So when you're putting your products on, instead of using your fingertips, you're going to use this wand, and it penetrates your skin much more than your fingertips ever could. So it's pretty amazing. I had a demo party the other night with this, and my mom was there. Yes, she's a little older, but she did half of her face, and it looked like she had a facelift. It was completely amazing. So you'd want to use the Genius Ultra with our anti-aging line. So we've got products for men and for women. Firm, smooths, brightens skins, reduces the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles, evens your skin tone, and you can see your results within 24 hours. This is what absolutely sold me on the products that night when I said I wasn't going to buy a thing. So the products are amazing. And then the nutrition products. This is something that when I started, I wanted nothing to do with. I was all about the skincare. I did not care about protein shakes. And then when I was pregnant for the first time, I really started getting on board with the protein shakes because nothing else sounded good to eat and nothing would stay down. So I started drinking the protein shakes on a regular basis, and now I drink them every day. There's 20 grams of vegan protein from cranberries, brown rice, and yellow peas. We have the Energy Fizz Sticks, which is like my lifeblood. I think I drink them more than I drink water. I love those things. Again, no artificial flavors, sweeteners, or colors. And we've got all kinds of other things with the nutrition line. So in traditional business, all of your products have to go through all of these channels: manufacturer, wholesaler, warehouser, sales force, retailers, consumer, and so on. You have a high risk and a high investment. When I started Arbonne, I had actually been looking into doing something else. I knew I didn't want to sit in a cubicle for 40 hours a week at an insurance company for the rest of my life, but I couldn't figure out what that looked like. And I had started actually looking to a franchise. It's called 3 Dog Bakery. I don't know if anybody's heard of this, but it's this cute little dog bakery. I love dogs. I love animals. I like cooking. thought, well, gosh, that would be a lot of fun. So I looked into it, and you had to have $250,000 to even start a franchise, and you had to have $1 million of net worth to even be considered to do this. So that dream was quickly shattered. So that's traditional retail for you. You have employees, payroll, overhead expenses, long hours. Your business owns you, and the consumers pay for all those people in between. And then with network marketing, it's a completely different world. So all you're doing is marketing to your network. Products go from the manufacturer to the consultant to the consumer. It's a very effective distribution system. Flexible hours, I mean, you pick when you're going to work. And it's a huge lifestyle choice. So everything is stocked and delivered via the internet. You don't have to be driving around delivering products to people, and everything's consumable. So this is huge. I love all kinds of network marketing companies. 31 Bags, Noonday Jewelry, LuLaRoe Clothing. I love all that stuff. But, I'm not going to buy a bag every month. I'm not going to buy jewelry every month. But I am going to buy protein shakes every month. I'm going to buy body wash, shampoo, and I think I buy a box of fizzies like every other day. So, Lindsay?
All right. So, in addition to our products being consumable, so as Molly said, people are not going, I don't know about you, but when I run out of shampoo, I don't say, well, that whole hair washing thing was fun. Going to pick up a new hobby now. I'm going to buy more shampoo from somewhere. And I will tell you, before Arbonne, I sure gave Aveda a ton of money. And what's great with Arbonne is that when I would refer people to Aveda, they weren't giving me a bonus for referring people. I didn't get discounts for buying 43 bottles of shampoo over the course of my adult life. But with Arbonne, you get paid for referring people to products that they're going to buy anyway. And so timing is really everything with this business. And not only do we have a solid 36-year history that most businesses fail within the first few years. So we've made it through my entire lifetime and all the ups and downs of the economy. But in addition to our consumable products, people just care about health and wellness now. I think, as Molly said, 36 years ago, people were not that interested in it. I remember eating a lot of bologna sandwiches for lunch, and, people were smoking in airplanes and things. But now everyone's interested in health and wellness. And so, I don't think we're going to go back to eating Big Macs and thinking they're good for us. And I don't think people are going to pick up smoking again. And so the direction everyone is going is toward healthier choices and living longer and feeling better. So all of our products, whether it makes you feel better or look better or eat better, are totally aligned with that. Also, the ability to leverage time. I don't know anybody who wants to work harder for less money or work more hours and have less free time. And so people are wanting, especially in this day and age with technology, to be able to work where they want, to be able to work less, work smarter and not harder, and be able to have more flexibility and free time and just freedom to do what they like and what they choose. And so with our business model, you're able to leverage your time, which I'll explain more in a minute. And with the internet these days, I don't know if you heard about it, but there's this set of tubes. We're able to do business from anywhere, where you have a laptop, an iPad, a phone. So you can do business from a beach, from your patio, from your bathroom if you wanted to, because you can do business anywhere with the internet. So we also are a growing global company. So we are a US based company, but we get our botanicals from all over the world, and we are currently in the United States, Canada, the United Kingdom, Australia, Poland, New Zealand, and as of November 8th, we will be in Taiwan as well. And that's exciting because Taiwan is one of the top 15 companies for direct selling and network marketing, countries for that in the world. And we're really excited to be on all the continents, or almost all the continents. So if you know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody who lives in one of those countries, you can have a global business without even leaving your house. And that's pretty exciting. So we have a very simple system for success. Once I sort of got over myself and realized that teaching was not going to fulfill all of my dreams in life for the rest of my life, I realized that we had this awesome system I could just tap into. And it really is this simple. So we stopped buying products from other companies that are going to mark them up 80% and aren't going to give us any sort of thank you for being loyal or referring people to them. We stop paying money to skincare companies and nutrition companies that put a bunch of junk in their products. And then we start spending that money on really high quality products from our own store in Arbonne. We don't even have to go out and buy them. They deliver directly to our door. We also share them with people who have skin. So I sort of realized that most of the people I know have skin, and most of them eat, and many of them are active, and a few of them shower. So I figured there's something for everyone. And if I could just share with them things that I liked, that worked for me, maybe they would redirect their spending from those other big stores to our higher quality products and shop from my store. So we stop, we start, and we share. And we earn money, which is really exciting. So there are 4 ways to earn income. And I think it's really important to share that with people right up front, because I was sort of mystified by this. One of the reasons I hesitated to join at first was I was certain there was some sort of scheme involved. And I thought that something must be shady. It just sounded too good to be true. But when I did my research and really understood the system and our business model, it just makes a lot of sense. So we first earn any income on commissions. So anybody who I refer to a product and they order it, I get a commission on that. We also get paid in overrides, which is really great. It's Arbonne's way of saying thank you for training and teaching other people how to build a business around their lives. And after those people get paid, Arbonne sends me a little thank you check since they didn't have to train them themselves. In a minute, I'll explain when this happens, but Molly and I, our next promotion that will be happening in the next few months is we're both going to be receiving money for a free Mercedes-Benz, which is not something I thought I cared about. But, you know, if you want to pay for my car and make it a lot nicer than my Mazda, I'm okay with that. And we also get cash bonuses. So every single month you can earn a cash bonus. You know, as a teacher, I've never been able to earn a bonus for being a great teacher, for doing my job really well. And so it's pretty awesome that every month I can just decide, do I want to work a little harder and make that cash bonus? Do I have something I need to save for or spend that on? And that's an opportunity for me and for anybody at any level. All right, so show me the money. Here we go. We have 4 simple levels in Arbonne. So everyone who starts as an independent consultant. And the first level is district manager. And that shows people on average will earn about $260, $300 a month. And that, to me, when I started, $200 a month was great. That was my student loan payment. That was my car payment on that Mazda I mentioned. That was, you know, money that made it so I could eat out if I felt like it, and I didn't have to watch the checkbook just as, it's not a checkbook, it's not 1980. Watch my bank statement nearly as much as I had before. And the average time to get to that is 6 months, but we certainly have people who do it in very doable in 1 to 3. Area manager is the next level of our management, and that is the level that Molly and I are both at now. What's cool about this level, as Molly mentioned, is you can will your business. So if something happens to me, I can will my business to my niece and nephew, my favorite sibling, whoever I feel like it, and Arbonne will continue to pay my beneficiary for 15 years after I die. And I don't think that all of my clients and all of the people on my team and everyone that I've shared Arbonne with is going to, protest my death by stopping bathing. So I think those people will keep reordering, and that means my beneficiary will get that money from my commission check for 15 years, which is great. And the average time to get there is 18 months. That is a big chunk of change for me. This is an average, and I've certainly we see people earn a lot more than that. And this is significant. This is the point for me now where, quite honestly, as a teacher, I don't even know when payday is anymore. And that's a pretty awesome feeling. I don't know about you, but in any profession, it's pretty awesome to not know when payday is, because you just don't have to worry about it. And the next level is regional vice president. So that's when, you get the wheels, you get the white Mercedes, and that on average takes people about 32 months. And bringing in almost, for many people, a full-time salary. So this is the level where people are often able to leave their full-time job if they want to, and certainly be able to live a lot freer life, give money to things they care about, and be able to support causes that they care about. And national vice president is our top level of management. That is a monthly salary or income, which blew my mind when I first saw it. And there's literally no ceiling. So they are never going to say, you've done too much, you can't earn anymore. And on average, that takes people about 5 years, 5 to 6 years. For me, I said, even if I'm the slowest learner ever, my friend Crystal and I said this, if it takes us twice as long, okay. If it takes me 10 years, I'll take a $20,000 a month paycheck for helping people any day. So what I'm going to take you back to when I decided to do this. I had tons of fears and hesitations, which is why I ignored my friend for a year. And I definitely felt for me, like, what are people going to think of me? I felt like I was this very formally educated person, and I wasn't someone who cared a lot about makeup, and I wasn't someone who, I didn't feel like a salesperson. And I really cared a lot what people thought of me. And I think what really shifted for me is I just decided that unless those people are going to pay for my retirement, it doesn't really matter. And what I saw in Arbonne was an opportunity to grow as a person, to have the financial ability to make more of a difference than I can in a classroom. Because being in the trenches, while I enjoy it now, is not something that I think I want to do when I'm 50. But giving back to causes I care about, being able to fund every GoFundMe that comes across my email, I would love to be able to do that. Molly had some slightly different hesitations because of where she's at in her life. So I'm going to have her jump in real quick.
Yeah, so for me, I guess I'll finish up my story. So when I started, it was just my husband and I, and we had not had any luck getting pregnant, and we wanted to have a baby. And after all kinds of tests and treatments, we were expecting our son. And he joined us 2 weeks early via emergency C-section. He had his cord wrapped around his neck 4 times, and he had an APGAR score of 2. So any moms know that that's pretty bad. So when he was born, I knew that I did not want to sit in a cubicle for 40 hours a week. And that really changed my focus and ramped up my business, and decided that I wanted to do this as my real job and be able to get out of the insurance company. So since then, I've had a set of twin girls that are 20 months. So in addition to my 4-year-old son, then we have the twin girls. So if anybody ever tells you they don't have time to do this, have them call me. I think I might be the busiest person I know with a full-time job, a thriving business, 3 kids 4 and under, and the list goes on and on. So time was a huge one for me when I started, but it's even become more of a concern. But I'm definitely able to fit this in the nooks and crannies, a couple 2-hour blocks of time here on a weekly basis, and then 15 minutes here, 20 minutes here, a coffee appointment here and there. So that was huge. So I would just say that, for me, like when I started it, I really didn't see that big vision. And now I want to get out of that full-time job. I don't know that I want to be a full-time stay-at-home mom. I value what little sanity I have left to be able to do that, but I do want to be able to pick and choose how I spend my time with the kids. So
I think the other hesitation I want to just address is not having enough money. So as a teacher, one of the reasons I think my friend thought of me was that she knew that there were lots of things I'd like to do that were tough to do on a teacher's salary. And so it's definitely one of the things I love about Arbonne is that it is, you're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. And it's also not a one-size-fits-all business. So people are able to start and get going and build and be successful at whatever rate works for them and at whatever budget works for them. And so I can tell you firsthand that, I had very little to invest in this business. Certainly nothing like what Molly talked about with those franchises. I hadn't even looked at a franchise because that was not in the realm of possibilities for me. But I was able to, with $79 and like $100 more, get the products I needed to really get started. And there are lots of other ways to start, but money is really not an issue. Again, we're all buying these things anyway, and so just finding a way to redirect spending. So I'm going to wrap up here. I wanted to say a little bit about where I'm at now and what's happened in the last 4 years for me. So like I said, you're in business for yourself. And so for the first 3 years of my business, I wasn't really in business. I used a lot of products and I shared them with friends and family. But to be totally transparent, at the end of the day of working a long day of teaching, I wanted to sit on my couch. I wanted to just have a glass of wine. I wanted to maybe exercise, but I did not see myself as a businesswoman. I did not see myself as a visionary leader that could lead a team to the top of this business and that could help other people fulfill their dreams, whatever those are. And so about a year ago, a little over a year ago, something just shifted in me. And I think I saw that that was in me and that was possible. And that as much as I do love teaching, there is no way I'm going to be able to make the kind of income that I want to be able to not work until I die, to be able to enjoy life the way I want, to be able to give back to my family and to causes I care about. And, you know, that's not going to happen with the job I have, which I love. So I got to do something different. And so when I realized I just was sitting on this opportunity and not really doing anything with it, about a year ago, I just decided to actually try. And so I said, you know what, I'm going to try like 5 to 8 hours a week. I can watch a little less TV. I can, you know, go to sleep a little bit later. I can be more efficient. And what has developed in the last year is I have grown this amazing network of like-minded people. I've gotten in the best shape of my life with our nutrition and with being more plugged into my own exercise. And I've just developed into this leader that I didn't think I could be. And that is because Arbonne allowed me to kind of dream big and think back on those things that I always wanted that I kind of just put away somewhere when the real world started and bills came and, you know, all the messages in society are like, yeah, right, that's not possible anymore. And so I just invite you, I mean, as I'm going forward in the coming year, you know, I just see the opportunity to help as many people have that feeling of not knowing when payday is, to help as many people feel as physically well and as emotionally well as I have become in the last year. And whatever like need you might have, right? For me, I didn't even think I had a need. But I can say that I've never felt more alive or more inspired or more proud than I have in the last year because of what this business has afforded me. And so I just look for the opportunity to share that with as many people as possible. And perhaps something in this call inspired you. Maybe it made you think of someone you know, but I encourage you to reach out to whoever suggested you get on this call because they think you're special. We do this business with people that we know, that we like, and that we trust. So if somebody invited you to look at this, they like you and they trust you. I promise you, we could invite we all know lots of people that we don't like that much, we don't trust. They're not on this call. So touch base with that person and just let them know where you're at, how you're feeling about Arbonne, because there's lots of different ways to get involved. You can be a host and support your friend who has a business and get awesome deals in that way. You could be a preferred client, which is our awesome loyalty program where you get huge discounts and free products and basically just get to redirect your money toward your friend's business and get really superior products to whatever you're using now. Or you can do our favorite option, which is to join us because we're having a lot of fun and we're changing lives and we're making a difference. And we're doing it all around our lives in the way that works for us. And so if any part of that resonates with you, I just encourage you to really think back on where you're at today. And sometimes this is hard, but you know, where we are today is because of the choices we made yesterday and last year. And you know, if we don't have the freedom to stay home with our kids or to be with a sick relative or to do the thing we really love and not the job that is killing us in a cubicle, that's because of the choices we made. And we have the freedom to make new choices. So if you keep doing what you're doing, where are you going to be in 5 years? You know, are you going to be where you want to be, or are you going to be where you feel like you have to be? And the big shift for me was really, I was so cynical and so skeptical. And I just kept thinking, well, what if this doesn't work? What are people going to think? And when I finally let myself think, well, what if it does work? That's where the magic happens. So thank you so much for joining us tonight. Like I said, reach out to whoever suggested you get on this call. Let them know what your thoughts are, where you're at, whether you see yourself as a preferred client, as a host, or as a member of our teams. We'd love to have you. We're having a great time. And thanks so much for joining us. Have a great night.